Good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to do respecting privacy and learning to say no as a part of etiquette. All right. Just give me a minute. I'll show you the PPT. So, respecting privacy. So, what is the dictionary meaning of privacy? It means freedom from intrusion, interference, or public attention, or the way to leave somebody alone. Right. And these are a few definitions. Definitions by Warren and Brandeis, which says that privacy is the right to be let alone, which means how much you want to disclose or how much you don't want to disclose to the public is what privacy means. Ellen F. Weston says that the claim of individuals to determine for themselves how, and to what extent information is communicated to others. And according to W.A. Parent, the condition of not having undocumented personal knowledge about any individual. So we have a reconnector over here. So privacy means to make public the personal information of an individual without the knowledge of the individual. You may type your answers in the chat box. What do you think? Is the statement true or false? Quick and correct answers. The statement is false. Privacy means not to make public. All right. So respecting employees' privacy, please mark this as an important question from the exam point of view. So remember, whenever you get employed or you employ people, you need to get some basic information of the people or your employees. Now, there needs to be a balance with the right to privacy as well as your need for information by the employer. Now, what does personal information include? It includes pay and benefit records, formal and informal personal files, video and audio tapes or recordings of web browsing, emails, and keystrokes. Now, how should one respect the personal information of the employee? So, whatever information the employee collects should be pertaining to the need of the organization. And the need of the organization should be made really clear as to why is the information required. In any case, if there is a requirement to disclose the information of the employee, the employer should take employee's knowledge and prior consent before doing it. Moreover, the employees should use and collect personal information or information of their employees with respect to the laws. Employees should also make sure that the information that they have given to the employers is accurate, complete, and up to date. Moreover, the employees should be able to access the personal information and challenge the accuracy in case it is inaccurate. So the disclosure of employees' personal information should be done with the prior consent of the employees. Is the statement true or false? Excellent, Kush. The answer is true. So even if you have to disclose information about your employees, you should take the consent of the employees before disclosing it. Learning to say no. Please mark this as an important question from the exam point of view. Learning to say no. So every time you say yes to something which is unimportant, you say a big no to something which is really important. So you ignore something important because of the reason why you said yes to something unimportant. Remember, every time somebody says a yes, he or she creates problem not only for himself or herself, but also for the other person to whom he or she has said a yes. Right? They would always create a problem for also the other person as well, to whom they have said a big yes. All right. So remember, people who always keep on saying yes, 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 they cannot create or they cannot do something very new or great. So remember, it is a necessity to say no at times. It becomes necessary to say no at times. Remember, we are social human beings, are social animals, right? We cannot stay all alone, and we need to reciprocate. We need to reciprocate our behaviors. We need to reciprocate our behavior, and that is why saying yes becomes a part of our life. Remember that when somebody says no, it reflects that the person is in the driver's seat of his or her life, and saying no also gives a sense of empowerment. Why should one learn to say no? One should learn to say no because you need to know your own priorities. Sometimes when we say yes to other people, we give less importance to the priorities with which we are already connected. So you say no to your work and you say yes to somebody else's. Next, you should know your goals. Knowing your goals means the road that you need to take. The road that you need to take to achieve your own dreams. You should not be sacrificing your dreams for the sake of others. You should not be sacrificing your dreams for the sake of others. Right? That's why you should be knowing when to say a yes and when to say a no. That's why you should know when to say a yes and when to say a no. Next, know what is to be done. One should be well aware about what things need to be done when and how. Which things need to be done first and which things need to be done next. Knowing these things will help you decide whether you wish to say a yes to that work or no to that work that you are doing. So one should say no to the social obligations that drain time and energy to pursue one's dreams. Is the statement true or false? Excellent, Kush. Your answer is correct. The statement is true. You should not uh, try and fulfill others' dream on the basis of your own dreams. The steps of learning to say no. Please mark this as an important question from the exam point of view. The steps of learning to say no. Because it is written steps, it means that this is a stepwise chronological process where you cannot change the chronology. Where you cannot change the chronology. So remember first a little introduction we have here of learning to say no. Remember, when you say no, it does not mean that you are not a good person or you are a bad person. One should remember that one is not a bad, rude, or selfish person. What happens with us is the problem is that we are so much habituated of saying yes. Sometimes even if we want to say no, we would say eventually a yes because of our out of our habit that we have formed, right? But this would only increase your burden as a person and not benefit you in any other possible way. Right? It would just increase a person's burden by all different means, right? And it does not benefit the person in any other way. Sometimes we feel that saying no is an impolite thing. But remember, here it does not has to be impolite. Instead of burdening oneself with different kinds of work or overburdening oneself, it is better to say no in the initial stages only. It is better to say no in the initial stages itself. Why? Because if you say first a yes and then you suddenly turn to a no, it would be a very bad idea to do something like this with some person. You would not only lose a person's trust, but you will also lose your self respect over here. Sometimes we hesitate to say no, but remember, initially if you say no, it would be okay to do it before you do it for after saying a yes and then you have to change your decision. It is better to say no in the beginning only. The first thing that you should realize is you should realize your value. Realize that you and your dreams are also valuable. You cannot leave your dreams for somebody else's work to be done on priority basis. Next, everybody is unique, valuable, and important. You should always have the attitude of being helpful to others and be humble as well, but never forget in the course that you have to be helpful and humble to yourself as well. So, is the statement true or false? When someone says yes to everything, every time, one feels stress free and relaxed. Excellent. The answer is false. Right? If you say yes to everything, you will burden yourself with more stress and you will hardly have time to relax yourself. So, helpful tips for saying no. Please mark this as important from the exam point of view. One, be direct. Courtesy should be a part of this directness. Be direct but be courteous at the same time. You may always say, I cannot do or I won't be able to do it. Be honest enough. Do not apologize and give different reasons, because giving different reasons is not going to help you in any case. Next, don't lie. Lying would lead to guilt and somehow it would also affect the way in you which you are dealing with stuff. It's going to affect that part as well. Next, it's better to say no than to regret later on. You may always politely say thanks for asking, but I would not be able to do it. You should always practice saying no so that at the time when a time calls for saying no, you would be able to do the same. Next, you should remember that you are worthy and so are your dreams. You are worthy and so are your dreams. And your dreams should not be sacrificed for the sake of others. Your dreams should not be sacrificed for the sake of others. Never use the word I'll think about it and then I'll reply. It creates a stressful situation for you as well as for the other person. It creates a stressful situation for you as well as the opposite person. So never use those words over here. So with this, this topic comes to an end. Do we have any questions, queries? And I take this as a no, so I'll paste the link of the quiz over here for this topic. There you go. The quiz is pasted. The link for the quiz is pasted in the chat box. You may start attempting your quiz now. Excellent. I can see all of you have completed the quiz. So our next topic is time management. If you see the words time management, it means to manage time. So we all know that time and tide wait for none. Nobody, time would not wait for anybody. And time is one of the most valuable things in any person's life. Be it an individual success or be it in success of an organization, time would have played an important role into it. Those who do not understand and value the time, they create, they fail to create that individuality as well as success in their lives. So what is the meaning of time? Meaning of time management is to organize time efficiently, to allocate right time to right task at the right place. It actually allows a person to allocate definite time slots to work as per its significance. Remember, time is always scarce and limited for everyone, and by managing time, a person can make the best use of it to achieve your predetermined goal. Every time you assign yourself a task, you should always ask what is more important and how much time is required for it. Time management actually plays a pivotal role in one's life and in also arranging the success of one's organization. So one should learn the skill of time management or managing time to succeed not only in personal life but also in professional life. Is the statement true or false? Excellent. Four correct answers over here. The statement is true. So how to manage time effectively? Kindly mark this as an important question from the exam point of view. So first thing, you need to set goals and objectives. Then you need to have effective planning, setting deadlines, delegation of responsibilities, prioritizing activities as per their importance, spending right time on the right activity. So let's look at each of this step in detail, setting goals and objectives. Always remember, you should know the destination to which you want to travel. Setting a goal would give you direction and would act as a trail or a way to reach your destination. One should reach, one should set goals that are realistic, visible, and achievable. Next, effective planning. One should plan out one's work in advance and prepare a to-do list. Whenever you complete your work, you should make a tick mark on the to-do list so that you know what much has been completed and how much is remaining. High priority work should be on the top of the rest of the work, and then you should work your way down. Not only should you have the priority list with just the task, but you should also have an approximate amount of time that you need to complete that particular task. One should take one work one at a time and not all things together. You should begin a new task only after the completion of the previous pending task. And you should mark the task complete on our to-do list and make sure that you complete time within the given amount of time that you have considered for that work. Next, you should set deadlines and set targets. One should set a target which is achievable and within the given time frame. Instead of waiting for other people to ask you to take responsibility, you should take responsibility for your work and work rigorously towards achieving the goal. One should make use of a planner to mark important dates against the deadlines. The only person who can set the best deadline is you. Next, delegation of responsibilities. As I said in the previous PPT, we had learned to say no at workplace. Moreover, we have been talking about a team effort to achieve a goal in an organization because everybody has their own special set of skills. You cannot avoid those set of skills. So you should delegate responsibilities according to the skills and expertise in the people at the workplace so that you can get correct amount of work done in the correct amount of time. Teamwork helps one to feel stress-free, relaxed, and also helps completion of tasks on time. Prioritizing work. Systematically, if we work towards achieving our goals, we will always surely be able to achieve them. One should systemize the activities according to the significance and urgency. Make it clear what is important and what is urgent. Also categorize which month should be completed within a day, a month, a week, or so. Spending right amount of time on right activity. One should have a habit of completing the tasks on time. Work done at a wrong time would not be of much use, and one should not waste a whole day behind a task that can be completed within a few hours. One should also think while planning to keep some extra time as a case of a backup plan. So, is the statement true or false? Time management includes completing tasks within the stipulated time. Is the statement true or false? Quick and correct answers. The statement is true. Stipulated time means within the time frame that you have decided. Time management would include completing tasks on time or within the time that you have thought about completing a task. So how can one manage time effectively? For effective time management, one needs to be organized. One needs to not misuse time and be focused. Please mark this as an important question from the exam point of view. Now let's look at each one of this in detail. One should be organized. Being organized means staying away from hoarding files and papers that are unimportant. One should discard and delegate documents that are important and unimportant. Important documents should be kept in folders, and unimportant documents should be discarded. One should arrange the files with labels, and there should be also a label on the drawers. Why is it necessary to be organized? It is necessary to be organized because it saves time for the needless searching. You don't have to search for things when things are organized. You just save time of that irrelevant activity of searching for documents. Next, don't misuse time. You should not misuse your time in loitering, chatting, and gossiping. You should focus on work and complete the assigned work on time. Does not mean that you should not have a break for yourself. Please remember, having a break and gossiping are two different things. Keep in mind that the organization does not give remuneration for playing games and having fun with the colleagues all the time. Finishing tasks on priority basis is what you should do, and that is how you can utilize time to its maximum. It is not desirable to wait till the very last moment. You should be active. In fact, not only active, you need to be proactive so that you complete works on time and before time. Be focused. Concentrating on a work is quite challenging, but remember, it's not impossible. Being focused allows you to prepare and deliver better quality of work within less amount of time. It also helps for creative ideas to flow easily. And when one is focused, when one is focused, it means one has a clear goal, an objective, and one wants to achieve. A person wants to achieve his goals and objectives within the stipulated time. So is the statement true or false? One should wait for the superiors to ask one to take the responsibility of the work that is assigned. I'm sorry. Absolutely correct. The statement is true. You should take your own responsibility instead of waiting for others to delegate the responsibility to you. So with this, we complete time management topic, and also with this, we complete unit number 5. Do we have any questions, queries? All right. If we don't have any questions and queries, we can move on to our quiz section. So there we go. This is the link for today's quiz. You may start attempting your quiz now. I can see we have completed the quiz. By the time you were taking your quiz, I have already marked the attendance. The absent numbers are enrollment number 1, 5, 9, and 19. So with this, we complete unit number 5. I've already uploaded all the material of unit number 5 in our Google shared folder. So you'll find it there. In the next session, we'll have our unit test. So with this, we have completed 5 units out of 6 from our syllabus. All right. Now we just have unit number 6 to deal with. I hope you have started working on your book review. I hope you have started working on your book review. The book review submission will be in the end of this month. All right, it will be in the end of this month. In case you have not understood, please ask questions so that we can explain. Even the book review uh, sample as well as format has been uploaded in our shared Google folder. Have a look at it and work on it. In case you have not submitted your resume and cover letter, please submit it at the earliest so that marks can be given for the assignment. All right. So tomorrow we are not tomorrow, on Thursday when we have the lecture, we are going to have the quiz. Unit test for unit number 5. All right. We'll call it a day over here. Thank you, class. Have a nice day. Thank you.